Well, for now I can't figure out how to turn this video effect off, so I'll just leave it. It doesn't matter, it's just a body. Okay, this is a journal entry called The Wet Heart and Dolphins, and it was written Thursday, the 11th, February 11th. Gosh, is that today? Ha! At 7:22 a.m. And the day is 13 Sib, which is Vulture, or wisdom. Wow, my heart is all wet inside. Strange feeling. I know what it comes from, though, and I'm delighted. It comes from offering my heart to the dolphin beings yesterday. Heck, what is yesterday anyway? Time seems such a strange concept anymore. So anyway, I had one of the most moving experiences of this life playing with the dolphins yesterday. Time being what it is not, that means I now have the fullness of this experience to draw upon any time, any place, forever. Yeah, just like all those other lifetimes and such. They are not locked away somewhere under a lock and key called the limitations and restrictions of time. Oh no, all is fully accessible, always. While it may not come right out in its fullness, giving one the completeness of each experience, right up to the losing touch with the current body form right away, one can still freely time travel. At least I can, and I see absolutely no difference between me and anyone else. It may be that it's a heart thing, requiring that one make good contact first with the heart. That could be, and I not know it. Oh, that could be, and I not know it, since that is my natural and continual state anymore. Thus, I do not choose to separate out from that to experiment and find out. That is for others to do. The people teaching matrix energetics are the ones I've found who are best at this time travel thing, though they are not the only ones, of course, and they did not need to teach me this skill. I enjoy both their work and their ability to transfer it to teach what they've learned as well. MatrixEnergetics.com. The one thing I will note, though, is that I do not find them fully centered in heart. This is perhaps somewhat subtle, and I might have difficulty explaining it to them, but they're fine. They don't need my explanations, nor do they care. I would alert others, though, to be sure to be well centered in heart when you go there, and just stay centered. You will no doubt encounter some rather unusual energies there, and it just pays to be centered. Enough said? So, back to this wet heart. What a delight! This presence of these precious beings in my life. While the Matrix Energetics folks also teach this, connecting people with the dolphin beings through their work, so do others. I first encountered the dolphin beings through holodynamics, the work of the dear and wonderful Vernon Wolf. The beauty here and the power is that the dolphins are no more restricted or limited to the water than we are to the air. Neither are we restricted to our bodies. Thus, we can engage freely together and dance and play to our full delight. They are very joyous and playful beings. For my part, I choose to believe that they are actually above man in their evolution and abilities. They put up with us quite nicely, not even correcting our arrogance, our assumption that they are somehow lesser beings just because they are not in the body of a man. What a hoot! We are terribly arrogant, of course. Mostly, though, that is not so bad, as it is how we have found out so many things. It is at the heart of most of our discoveries. This is one thing that sets the USA out among other nations today, as it has other nations before us, such as Great Britain, Asia with Genghis Khan in her time, Egypt with the pharaohs, etc. Arrogance is certainly nothing new on earth. It's about time we lose a bit of ours, though. That is, if we ever want to fully benefit from what others have to offer. We will have to stop thinking we are the top dog, the height and measure of perfection, if we are ever to be able to see the perfection all around us, the perfection manifested in others. Thus, I am not against our arrogance, I just want to add to it. I call forth the balancing activity of a wise humility as the other side of that coin. We can benefit equally from both sides. Besides, we are so far grander and greater than we can discover unaided, unguided. It is time we got over thinking we can do everything by ourselves. That is just part of the nonsense of the duality of the third dimension anyway, with its sense of everything being so separated out and in polarity. That separation itself is a colossal lie, as so many of us are in the midst of discovering. It is wise and wiser yet to treat your neighbor as you would treat yourself, for your neighbor is yourself, quite literally. This is not esoteric. If you don't yet have that experience, that's fine. Just don't close yourself off to it, because it is available. No one can give this to another, though. It is part of that reality and that level of reality and truth that each one must encounter and discover for herself. I talk of some fairly wild things here in this blog. Perhaps some may think that only I can do these things, go these places, have these experiences, and so on. I would quickly disabuse any of that opinion, for it is nonsense. Sorry if that offends. Actually, not sorry, for if it offends, then you need to be offended, because that's just what it takes to break through the shell you've created around yourself, your personal reality. Now, some may not be familiar with a favorite motto of mine. It goes like this: it is just as harmful to take offense as it is to give offense. I no longer remember where I got it. I've carried it around with me for so long, but I live by it. And I suggest others try it on as well. It goes quite well with Byron Katie's teaching that there are only 3 types of business in the world: your business, my business, and Source's or God's business. Mostly, when we are getting offended, it is really because we are in somebody else's business. Mostly, too, they had absolutely no intention to offend us. Check it out. Try it on for size. It will bring much peace to your world. At least it can. You have to adopt it first. Anyway, apologies. I don't mean to be preachy or anything, just desiring to share. Until next time, then. Okay, and I have a footnote here. I highly recommend Vernon Wolf and Holodynamics, too. HOLODYNAMICS. You can go to holodynamics.com and also to Conscious Media Network, where he has a great interview recorded. That is how I first encountered him. Thank you.